Hey everyone, the Dark Knaik is here. Lady Sings the Blues is the biodrama of the legendary jazz singer Billie Holiday, and it is based on Billie Holiday's autobiography with the same title. This film marked two notable debuts. One was the debut of legendary musical artist Diana Ross as an actor. She played the central character of Billie Holiday. The other debut was of Motown's Big Daddy, Gordy Jr., as a film producer. Despite the fact the film didn't get that mega success, it was still recognized by the Academy Awards by giving 5 nominations, including the Best Leading Actress. This film tempted me to watch for a very few important reasons. One of the reasons is that I'm a fan of Billie Holiday, and I have listened to most of her songs, including her Decca recordings. After watching the United States versus Billie Holiday, I felt I must check this old classic to observe their take on Billie Holiday's life. Another reason is that I have never watched Diana Ross as an actress. I don't remember if I have watched her in any other film. I have only listened to her music. And the other reason is Gordy. I mean, I have a huge respect for this man for founding Motown Records, through which our ears have been blessed with beautiful music of legendary R&B and soul artists. So he tried his hands on film production for the first time through this film. The impressions I held for the film met a fatal blow for some critical reasons. Let me highlight you a few. The most critical error is Diana Ross herself. She has given a breathtaking performance. There is not an inch of a doubt about her performance. It was excellent. The problem is that there is a huge question mark over her selection. You know, neither does she remind me of Billie Holiday, nor her vocals when she's in character. Plus, Diana Ross' vocals are not even close to that of Billie Holiday. Billie Holiday fans, anyone? I'm sure you're going to agree with me that Billie Holiday had a distinguished voice that defined jazz music of those times that was played in the 1930s and 1940s. So those ears who have listened to the recordings of Billie Holiday is definitely going to complain that Diana Ross, she's a wonderful singer, and she didn't even try to give a feel of Billie in her voice at all. It was like I was watching life story of Diana Ross, but not Billie Holiday. The film's issue number 2 is that despite the fact that Lady Sings the Blues is based on her biography, a lot of liberty has been taken from the original material. Let's even keep the book aside, okay, and just assume that this film is not based on any book, but it is based straight on Billie Holiday's life. The screenplay is questionable. Billie Holiday married 3 times in her life, but in the film they depict Louis McKay as if he was in Billie Holiday's life right from the start. Billie Holiday's husband, Louis McKay, is played by handsome Billy D. Williams, and he fits in the story when Billie was rookie in the nightclub. And then the characterization of Louis McKay is doubtful, because in reality Louis McKay was abusive to Billie Holiday, but here in this film he is totally opposite. So if the actual reputation of Louis McKay is really that bad, so this biodrama disrespects Billie Holiday's sentiments by showing her cruel man with the godly image. Also, the film missed the chance to depict how Billie Holiday's most famous and controversial song, Strange Fruit, impacted the audience. In the film, Billie Holiday witnesses some terrifying cruelty on the African Americans and then sings this song, Strange Fruit. And then there is no mention of it. If you're making a film on Billie Holiday, you have to tell the world the political and social impact of the song Strange Fruit. There is no doubt about the film's excellence. If I take a general view, Sidney J. Furie is quite a name in direction and has been directing films for around 6 decades. There were a few intense scenes that the audience may feel uncomfortable, like Billie Holiday's first performance in the nightclub when audience breaks her confidence for not picking their money from her body despite singing so well. It was a social mockery of the public concerns that portrays the horrors of singing at the nightclub. Billie witnessing dead bodies on the trees and people around lamenting is another great shot directed that led to Billie's health deterioration. Not sure if such an incident occurred, but there is a scene when Billie Holiday herself is enjoying with all her white friends in the touring band when the bus suddenly stops to pave way for KKK demonstrators. Billie gets angry and passes angry verbal remarks that leads to a bus attack and minor injuries. It was a very significant shot to spare a thought for. Even if such an incident never happened with Billie Holiday, it still qualified as the need of the hour to give a glimpse of political unrest to the audience. It is hard to believe that this was the first time Diana Ross ever performed in the film. The moment Diana enters into the prison to be thrown into the cell, it is hard to figure out, and she doesn't remind us if this was a performance. Her facial expressions and body language were perfect. I like the film in general. If I keep this out of my head that this film is based on a real life story, then it is an excellent film with fabulous performance by Diana Ross. Also some good support from impressive casting and excellent costume design and the direction of the film. But the main purpose of watching this film was to see Billie Holiday's life in real. That did no justice after all. After all, this is why this film came into production, but took a lot of liberty. So enjoy the film about her life, but believe almost nothing about what most of the film showed to you. I'm Sami Naik.